What's going on, guys? This is Seth Ward here, and today I am back with yet another college football prediction video, and this will be my last one of the three. As you guys know, that I posted the Michigan versus Iowa, I posted the Georgia versus Alabama. If you guys want to go check those out, they are online on YouTube on my channel. Also, it would be great if you guys would subscribe to my channel as well. But today, I'm going to be talking about the revenge game for the Oregon Ducks, who lost to the Washington Huskies 36-33 in an epic matchup. That game was awesome. It was going back and forth, though there were some questionable decisions by Dan Lanning for the Oregon Ducks, though Washington and Michael Penix Jr. just played an excellent game. Both teams are excellent on offense. In my opinion, both teams have high-powered offenses, and it was fun to watch those both games. Oregon, they basically just pretty much handled Oregon State, though Jonathan Smith has done a great job with Oregon State, and now he's the new head coach for the Michigan State Spartans. They won 31-7. Last year's game, as you guys know, that Oregon State beat Oregon on a crazy ending play, I think as well. Or it was a close game they won. But anyways, Bo Nix does Bo Nix things. Had a great game with 367 passing yards with 2 touchdowns. And, of course, 31 yards on the ground with 1 touchdown as well. And, of course, we got Jordan James, a great running back, as well as Bucky Irving, who Jordan James had 43 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, but Bucky Irving had 17 yards of receiving and 1 touchdown for him. Troy Franklin does, again, like I said before, is a beast. On my previous videos, Troy Franklin is a beast, as always. He's like a top 5, top 20 draft pick, in my opinion, with 128 yards of receiving and 1 touchdown. Defense, Dante Manning has 1 interception. Defense allowed over 273 total yards. And, of course, passing 220, not too bad. Rushing, they did a great job with containing the running game with 53 yards of rushing. Pretty impressive because Oregon State is not a bad team. DJ Uiagalelei is an alright QB, not that great in my opinion. They did force just 1 turnover against Oregon State. Now, on to Washington. They barely pulled this game out. They won 24-21. Michael Penix with a clutch, cool trick play, reverse play. I guess you can say that's an option. And then they got the first down, and the running back, Johnson, I think who it was, got the first down, made it down to like the 42-yard line. And, of course, Grady Gross kicks a game-winning field goal, and Michael Penix Jr. couldn't even look at it because it was crazy. Because Washington State, Cam Ward, beast of a quarterback, though they did struggle and they went 5-7. They could have been bowl eligible. They lost a few games that were close, and of course they lost from blowouts as well. So Washington won, like I said before, off of a 24-21. Penix didn't have his best game, in my opinion, though it's a rivalry game, so anything can happen. He had 204 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Dylan Johnson had 82 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. Rome Odunze, who's another top-tier draft pick like Troy Franklin, had 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Basically, he was the only receiver that actually played really well in this game. But yeah, he had 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. And, of course, on defense, we have Thaddeus Young with the interception, Michael Esteen with 1 interception, of course. And as you guys see, or as you guys know, I'm reading this off of paper. So I'm doing my research, guys. I know a lot of these people, or a lot of these fans always roasted me for not doing research. I'm doing research. So, yeah. All right. So, for defense, Washington allowed 381 total yards on defense. Not great for defensive-wise, because if you're going up against Oregon, it's going to be another pass-happy type game, in my opinion. Or Oregon could learn from their mistakes against Washington and then watch Washington and keep doing simulations and then potentially try to upset Washington and force Washington out of the playoffs. That would be interesting to see. All right, so passing-wise, they allowed 317 passing yards, only allowed 64 rushing yards, which is kind of crazy, in my opinion, to see. And, of course, they forced 2 interceptions, like I said earlier, and then Carson Brunner led the defensive side with 14 total tackles for the defense. All right, so this game will be played at Jeez, I can't even say this stinking name. Allegiant Stadium. I guess that's UNLV or something. That's weird. Allegiant Stadium, which will be coverage will be on I think that's Las Vegas or something. Yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know where that is. Oh yeah, Las Vegas. I'm an idiot. Allegiant Stadium, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, December 1st, 2023. Coverage will be on ABC. This game will be fun to watch as well. The new Las Vegas Raiders Stadium is pretty nice. All right, the match predictor has Oregon with a 74.8% over Washington's 25.2%. That is your matchup predictor. And, of course, the season leaders, we have Bo Nix with 315 completions to 401 attempts, 3,906 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Could be the leading candidate for the Heisman this year. And also with Washington's Michael Penix Jr., 280 to 427 completions to attempts, 3,899 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. For rushing, we have Bucky Irving. We have 163 carries to 1,043 rushing yards. Sorry, I'm kind of going fast pace here. With 10 touchdowns, as you guys can see on the board. And of course, we got Dylan Johnson with 173 carries to 961 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. Really good for both teams for rushing and for passing. And of course, for receiving, we got 2 of the best receivers in the game. We got Troy Franklin with 77 receptions, 1,349 receiving yards, 14 touchdowns. And then on Dunsi, we have 73 receptions, 1,326 receiving yards, and 13 touchdowns. I mean, the quarterback comparisons, the running back comparisons, and the receiver comparisons, all these dudes are a beast. I mean, like, Bo Nix has done a great job. Michael Penix has done an incredible job. Irving, Johnson, Franklin, Dunsi. It's been fun to watch with these two teams. So I think it's going to be another high-scoring game unless the defenses have made adjustments for both sides of the ball. Washington was a little shaky against Washington State, but that's a rivalry game, so anything can happen with close games. Like, look what happened with Auburn and Alabama. Auburn almost won, but they fumbled the bag. So, yeah. Honestly, this is going to be a tough game to predict because, like, I like both teams. I think that Oregon wants this game more, but Washington has to play really well on defense because it's going to be a close game. Both teams obviously want to go to the college football playoffs, but one team will go, the other will not. I think the Oregon Ducks will come back with the revenge game and beat the Washington Huskies by minus 6 points against Washington. I like Washington, but their defense is a little skeptical. Plus, Michael Penix didn't really have his best game against Washington State either. But anything can happen in the conference championship. So if you want to roast me, go ahead. Comment down below what you guys are going to think. If you're an Oregon Ducks fan, comment down below. If you're a Washington Huskies fan, please, by all means, comment down below who you think is going to win this game. All right, guys. Step forward here. Subscribe. Thanks for watching. More videos on the way with prediction videos, college football news, the NFL, etc., etc. This is mainly a football channel. Will always be football. All right, guys. Peace out.